Hello friends and welcome back to our Friday Flow. My name is Michela and I teach yoga, Pilates, and Pilates Reformer here at the Rec Center. Today we have a little yoga practice, about 45 minutes. I will not play any music, so this is your cue. If you want to turn on some music or favorite playlist, go for it. Today all we need is just us and the mat. Grab some water to stay hydrated, and we're just gonna find some yummy stretches, and we're gonna take care of lower back, hamstrings, really the back side of our body, and strengthen the core. So when you're ready, when you turned on your music, go ahead and join me on the mat. We're gonna start sitting down in whatever comfortable position. You can crisscross, stretch the legs out. You can place a pillow under your bunk, whatever feels comfy. And we'll start with a little breath work to slow down and just check in with ourselves. So go ahead and make sure, before we even start, to bring the heart over the hips. So maybe shifting back just a little bit, placing our hands on our lap and closing the eyes. We'll start by taking a few deep breaths. Inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling fully through the mouth. And again, inhale and exhale. Just give yourself a moment to arrive. You're on your mat, or in your maybe happy place or your safe place for sure. And we just take a moment here to check in, to notice how we're feeling today. So personally, I like to perform a quick mental scan, scanning my body, searching for any sign of tightness, any sign of soreness, any sign of discomfort. And if we're coming back from an injury, maybe checking in with that body part that is still healing, noticing how we're doing today. Do we have any pain? What our range of motion? Do we feel stiff? And again, taking a deep inhale in and deep exhale. Letting go of anything that's bothering us today. Also letting go of any expectation for today's practice. Just allow yourself to be present in this moment without expectations of how this practice should look like today. But just allow the practice to come to you, however it shows up. And again, one deep inhale through the nose. And exhale all the way out. So we're going to slowly open the eyes, gazing right in front of us. We're going to take a deep inhale as we sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, float the hands all the way down. And again, inhale, reaching up. And exhale down. 2 more times, reaching to the ceiling. And then reaching to the floor. Last time, up. And we're going to twist. Twisting to the left, growing taller. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. And start noticing if one twist feels less tight or less bound than the other. And again, inhale up. And exhale left. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale up. And exhale right. And go ahead and come back to the middle. We're gonna just walk the hands forward wherever we are, even if our legs are stretched or legs are crisscrossed. We're gonna just allow the head to dangle, relax in the neck. Go ahead and shake the head no. And nod the head yes. And walking the hands back into over the body. We're going to come to our hands and knees. So go ahead and slowly bring your legs to the side, coming to our all fours, really pressing into the ground. And we'll start by finding our cat and cow. So go ahead and drop the belly, lift the chest, find your cow. And exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, find your cat. And again, big inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Keep going. I'm going to turn to the side. And inhale, cow, as you round that lower back. Exhale, cat. Think Halloween cat. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and slowly send the hips back to the heels, reaching the arms forward, finding our child's pose. Deep breaths here. And then coming back to all fours. So we're gonna find a big twist in the body. We're gonna reach that right hand up to the sky, twisting, twisting, twisting. And then exhale, thread the right arm under, bending that left elbow. And again, inhale, reach up. And exhale, thread. Inhale, reach. And exhale, thread. 2 more. Reach. And thread. And reach. Last time we thread the arm through. Go ahead and release the shoulder and the head down to the floor. Option for our left hand to reach forward toward the short edge of the mat, the top of the mat. Think about pressing that right hip back toward the wall behind you. Maybe even twisting, turning the head toward the sky, looking up on our left side. 1 more breath here. We should feel a nice stretch between our shoulders. And then slowly bring that left hand back into over the body, pressing onto the left hand, coming back to all fours. Ready for the other side. Here we go. Inhale, left hand up, open the chest. Exhale, thread, bend that elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread. And reach. And thread. 2 more. Last time, reach. Exhale, thread the needle. Release the head and the shoulder down. Option to reach that right hand forward toward the short edge of the mat. Pressing that left sitting bone behind us, toward the wall behind us. Then maybe turning the head up to the sky, looking over our right shoulder. Deep breaths here. And then bring that right hand underneath your shoulder and slowly press back up. We're going to tuck the toes under, exhale, find your down dog, send the hips to the sky, and just pedal the heels. Thinking about lengthening the legs, the back of the legs, and lengthening the spine. Deep breaths here. Maybe bending the left knee and stretching that right leg, and then bending the right knee, stretching the left leg. And slowly walking the feet forward, coming to our forward fold. Take a moment here. We're going to bend the knees, grab the elbows, exhale, just relax for a moment. Pressing all of our toes into the ground. Maybe swaying side to side a little. Go ahead and release. And slowly we're going to tuck the tail, bending the knees and rolling all the way up to standing. Coming to our mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, bring the hands back down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's bring those hands behind our body. And think you're holding a giant ball behind you. We're going to lift the chest up. Exhale, squeeze into your imaginary ball, opening the chest, shining the heart up, unblocking our heart chakra. And then slowly releasing, inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, soften the knees, hinge from the hips, diving down to our forward fold. Inhale, go ahead and bring the hands to the shins, finding a monkey pose, nice flat back, long neck. Exhale all the way down. Stepping back with our right foot, dropping the knee down, untucking the toes, reaching all the way up to the sky for kneeling lunge. Allow the hips to really sink for a moment, feeling that stretch in the front of the right hip. Exhale, bringing the hands down to the mat. We're going to twist toward our front leg, reaching our left hand all the way up. Big twist. Option to keep the hand up to the sky or bringing the hand to the lower back, looking up to the ceiling. Slowly bring the hand back to the ground, tucking the toes, lifting the knee, stepping back to our down dog. Pedal the heels, especially if the hamstrings are still tight. And then shifting forward, we're going to come to a plank. Lift the gaze, exhale down as you squeeze the elbows into the ribs. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, find your cobra, light hands. Use your back muscles, exhale, press away. We find a child's pose. Taking 2 breaths here. Reaching the fingertips far away from the body, shoulders are away from the ears. It's an active child. Maybe the elbows are off the ground altogether. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips, find your down dog. Lifting the right foot barely off the ground, bringing the knee in toward the nose. We're going to step it through. Finding a crescent lunge as we reach the hands up to the sky, growing taller. Deep stretch, the back heel is lifted and high, hands at heart. Exhale down, hands to the floor. Bunny hop that back foot forward to forward fold. Back to monkey pose we go, hands to the shins. Grow long in the spine. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse all the way up. And exhale, bring the hands behind the back. You're holding that ball again. Squeeze into the ball, lift the heart. 2 breaths. Maybe the fingertips start touching together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, dive down. Find your forward fold. Back to that monkey. Lifting up halfway. Exhale down. Stepping back left foot this time. Dropping that knee. Untucking the toes. Reaching the hands to the sky. Kneeling lunge. Allow the hips to sink. Shoulders relax. Bringing the hands down. We're going to twist to the right this time. Twisting, opening the chest. Reaching the fingertips to the sky. Option to stay here, my friend. Or bringing that right hand to the lower back. Gazing up to the ceiling. Deep breaths, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach the hand up. And then bring the hand back down. We're going to step it back, tuck the toes, lift the knee, step it to down dog. Inhale forward, back to that plank. We're going to hold it here for 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. You got it. Inhale and exhale, really engaging the abs. Inhale. Go ahead and bend the elbows. Lower all the way down. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, cobra. Pressing away. Coming back to child's pose. 2 breaths here. Finding that active child, finding the work, even in this restorative pose. Lifting the elbows off the ground, shoulders are away from the ears. And focusing on expanding the rib cage on every inhale. And exhale out. We tuck the toes, send the hips up, finding our down dog. Go ahead and pedal the heels again. And coming back, sitting bones to the sky, lifting the left toes off the ground, bringing the knee in toward the chest as we step it through, finding that crescent lunge of this side, reaching up, growing tall, front knee is bent, back heel is lifted, hands at heart. Exhale, reach for the mat, bunny hop forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, hands can be on the shins or on the ground. Exhale, down. Reverse all the way up. And bring the hands behind the back one more time. This time, as you bring the hands together, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Squeezing the hands, interlacing the fingers, palms together. We're going to hold it here. Deep breaths. Allow the shoulders to just draw back. And then we're just going to lift the gaze up. Looking toward the sky. Deep breaths. And then release. Go ahead. Sweep the hands up to the sky one more time. And exhale down. We're going to reach the right hand straight up. We're going for some lateral flexion, up and over. Big side stretch. Coming back in, other side, left arm up. And exhale, up and over. And coming back in. Both arms, here we go. Inhale. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, halfway for monkey. Exhale, down, forward fold. Stepping back, right foot. Let's keep the knee lifted this time, reaching up, finding that crescent lunge. Can we sit a little deeper, bending that right knee, left knee, making sure the hip, knee, and toes are facing the same direction and they're aligned. Exhale, hands to the ground, step it back to down dog. Hold it here, my friend, for 3 breaths. Really thinking about lifting the sitting bones to the sky. Exhale, maybe sinking those heels deeper into the ground. Big inhale. Exhale, think about the shoulder blades sliding down through your back toward your tailbone. You should be able to wiggle your head and not bumping into your arms. And go ahead and slowly shift forward. Find that plank or kneeling plank. Exhale down. We're gonna, just for this time, leave the hips on the ground as we press into the hands, coming to an up dog. So usually in our up dog, we lift the thighs and the knees off the floor. But sometimes it's good to find the deeper stretch and just taking the core part out. So we're gonna soften the elbows just a little bit. And just shift. Twist side to side, look to the left and right. If this does not feel comfortable, you can come back down to a cobra and just keep the torso on the ground. Slowly coming all the way down, bringing the hands under the forehead, bending the knees, toes are up toward the sky. Do a little windshield wiper. Releasing any tension in the lower back. Stretching the legs all the way out. Hands by the chest, pressing up. Coming back to child's pose. Maybe swaying the hips side to side. Go ahead and tuck the toes under. Exhale, find your down dog. We're gonna lift that right heel straight up toward the sky, come into a three-legged dog. Deep breaths here. Go ahead and bend the knee. Allow the foot to just dangle toward your left side. It does not matter how high the leg is toward the sky. Reach that leg back up to the sky, toes to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee toward your nose, shifting forward, almost if you're going to a plank. And then bring the foot back up to the sky. Let's add some breath. Exhale, knee to nose to tiger pose. And inhale, toes to the sky. And again, exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose. Inhale, toes to the sky. Last time, exhale, knee to nose, hold. We're gonna rotate in the hips, bring that knee out toward the side, toward our right side, dropping the shin nice and slow, wiggling that back foot down so we can come to our pigeon pose. So in pigeon pose, we wanna keep the hips square to the front edge of the mat. If it feels good, you can bring that foot a little forward, creating a nice straight line here, but it's not needed. It's all about that knee flexion. So when we're here, we're gonna take a deep inhale, and as we exhale, we're gonna just fold, bringing maybe the hands under the forehead. If you need some help, you can stack your fists on top of each other to allow your forehead to rest down. We take deep breaths here. So pigeon pose is a really deep stretch. And sometimes it feels a little bit uncomfortable. Some people may be afraid of pigeon pose. So if this is you today, I want you to take deep exhales. As we exhale, we ask the muscles to relax, creating more length, finding room in our hips, and finding length in the IT band, surrendering to the stretch. One more breath. And slowly press into the hands, coming back up. Bring in the hands by the hips for a moment. Really growing tall as that back leg is still stretched all the way. We're gonna lift the gaze up to the sky, shoulders relax. And then release. Go ahead and sweep that left leg all the way around, coming to a crisscross for just a minute. Sitting tall. Exhale, walking the hands forward. And once again, reaching as far as possible, like that child's pose, where the fingertips are reaching far, the elbows are off the ground, and your head is just resting wherever it is, whether it's on the ground, 2 inches off the ground, or maybe 2 blocks away from the ground. And then slowly walking the hands back in, sweeping the legs to the side, coming back to all fours. Shifting through that cat and cow for just 2 breaths. Giving our body time to recover after that deep stretch, after pigeon pose. And then we tuck the toes, lift the hips, find your down dog. We're gonna step that right foot forward, And bunny hop through. Inhale halfway for monkey. Exhale down. And reverse all the way up. Hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Squeeze the palms. Lift the chest. Back to standing camel. Deep breaths. And go ahead and release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, halfway for monkey. And exhale, forward fold. We step back left foot this time. Keeping the knee lifted, reaching all the way up to our crescent lunge. Can we sink a little deeper? Again, thinking about tracking the hip, knee, and toes. Hands down to the mat, step it back to down dog. We hold 5 breaths, my friend. Working on that shoulder stability here while we stretch the hamstrings. Inhale and exhale. Driving the heels into the ground. Inhale. Exhale, pressing equally into the hands and the feet. Maybe shifting the hips and the hamstrings back to where the wall behind you. Dropping the chest a little lower. Close the eyes. Shake the head. Relax the neck. And then inhaling, we're going to shift forward, finding that plank. Exhale all the way down. Untuck the toes. This time we bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers, squeezing the palms, bring the shoulders back, lift the chest just a little bit. It's that camel, again, but we're on the floor. And then release. Reach the hands right next to your sides. We're going to lift the toes off the ground, lift the chest, coming to locust pose. Engaging everything. And then relax, bring the hands under the forehead, bend the knees, little windshield wiper. We can practice that locust pose just the same way we practiced it now, with the hands by the side of the body, or if you want, we can add that bind with the hands interlaced. So reaching the toes to over the back, hands can come either by the sides or interlacing the fingers, squeezing the palms, lifting the toes and the chest off the ground. Deep breaths. One more breath here. Working through our back muscles. Exhale down one more time. Bringing the hands under the forehead. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper. Reaching the legs out. Hands come by the chest. Pressing away. Coming to child's pose. Take a moment. Maybe sway the hips side to side. Tucking the toes, finding our down dog again. And when we're ready here, we're going to lift the left foot straight up to the sky for that 3-legged dog. Bending the knee, opening the hips, allowing the foot to dangle to our right side. Just a big stretch. Inhale, reach the toes back up to the sky, square the hips. Exhale, bring the knee to nose, coming to tiger pose, shifting forward. And inhale, reach the toes to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale, toes to the sky. Last time. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold. Start rotating in the hip. The knee comes out toward the left side. Slowly drop the shin. Wiggle the back foot over the short edge behind you, coming to pigeon pose. Again, you can adjust the shin if it feels good, making sure both hips are facing forward. And then as we exhale, we fold. Taking deep breaths here. Once again, reminding our muscles that we can let go, that we're safe. Surrendering to the pose. One more breath. And then slowly pressing up, bringing the hands by the hips. Really growing tall as we look up to the sky. And then slowly coming to the left side, we're going to swing that right leg around, coming to a crisscross. Again, sitting tall, reaching the hands forward, allowing this head, instead of thinking about going down, just allow for the head to dangle for a moment. It's super heavy. You're just taking deep breaths. Maybe shaking the head no, or nodding the head yes. And coming back in, coming to a nice long spine. We're going to stretch the arms before we lay down and we finish with our relaxation today. So go ahead and bring your right arm across, and just hooking up with the elbow. I'm going to stretch the outside of the arm, shoulders relaxed. And then releasing, going the other side across. And releasing, stretching the top of the shoulders, especially since we held down dog for a little bit, and also our tiger pose. Sometimes this section of the neck and the upper traps get really, really tight. So we're going to bring the right hand underneath our right butt cheek. Now make sure that you're not placing your sitting bone onto your fingers. That does not feel good. But just sitting tall as we bring the hand underneath. And we're just going to tilt the head away from that right side. So tilting the head to the left. We can opt to stay here, or we can bring the left hand onto the right ear and just allowing the arm to feel heavy. We're not pressing down, but we're just allowing the weight of the arm to help us stretch. And exhale. The more relaxed the shoulders are, the deeper the stretch is. And then release. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So left hand under, tilt the head away. Maybe add a little extra weight. And deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. And slowly release. Bring the hand out. Very good. We're going to go ahead and lay down onto our back. I'm going to turn sideways so we can see what's going on. We're going to just simply lay down onto our mat, bringing the knees into the chest, hugging the knees tight, and just rocking side to side. Maybe drawing big circles with the knees, one way and the other. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring the feet down to the ground, knees up to the sky, bringing the arms out to the side. We're just gonna rock in the hips, swinging the knees side to side, and it's okay if the hips lift as you twist. That's actually what we want to do. We're finding every time a tiny spinal twist, loosening up the lower back as we get ready for a deeper twist. Coming back to the middle. Go ahead and bring your feet together and you're going to cross the right leg on top of the left. Just hold it there. And as we exhale, we're going to twist, bringing the knees toward the left. So just allow the knees to fall to your left, keeping the shoulder blades on the ground. Deep breaths. And it's okay if your knees don't touch the floor. Mine are not touching right now. Releasing any tension in the lower back. Maybe tucking that tail slightly. And slowly coming back up, uncrossing. And again, just swaying the knees side to side. This time we bring the left leg on top, crossing the legs. And when we're ready, we allow the knees to fall to our right, keeping those shoulder blades on the ground. Deep exhale. Let gravity help you as you twist. Tucking that tail slightly and holding as we breathe. Slowly bringing the knees back up to the sky. Go ahead and uncross, bringing both knees into the chest one last time, rocking side to side. Maybe tucking the chin, the chest, becoming a tiny little ball. And then releasing back down. Go ahead and bring the feet together. We're gonna bring the knees out to the side in butterfly. We're going to take a few deep breaths here, just allowing gravity to help us stretch the inner thigh as the knees and the legs get heavier. 2 breaths. Maybe reaching the hands up to the sky. We're going to just roll the wrists one direction and then the other. Getting rid of any stiffness in the wrist joints. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over the head. And exhale out, back to the hips. Again, inhale, reaching up and over, big stretch. And exhale out and back to the hips. Go ahead and bring the knees back together, nice and slow. Once again, feet to the ground and just rocking within the hips. And we'll go ahead and find a comfortable position for us to meditate in. You are welcome to lay down on your back. You can stretch the legs all the way out. Maybe that butterfly felt really good and you want to hold here. Or maybe today you want to meditate in a sitting position. It's all up to you, whatever brings you joy today. So we're going to find a comfortable position. I'm going to choose to sit up so it's easier to speak and guide you through our meditation. And we'll just Start by finding a comfortable pose. We'll close the eyes. And just like at the beginning of our practice, we'll take time to take a few deep breaths. Inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling fully through the mouth. Asking our muscles to relax, giving our bodies permission to let go. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hips, knees, ankles, and toes. Slowly melting away. Melting away any sense of worriness, anything that's bothering you today. Let it wash away. Focusing only on the sound of our breath. And the feeling of the cool air passing through our lungs as we inhale and exhale. Gently start wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, maybe rolling the ankles and the wrists. And then slowly make your way to a comfortable seated position of your choice. We'll meet with the hands at heart in sign of gratitude. And as always, we'll conclude our practice by taking 5 deep breaths on our own. Feeling thankful for the time we had today to practice. Feeling grateful for this safe space we can gather on. Feeling thankful for our bodies and for the way they served us today. And feeling grateful for everything we were able to achieve. Big things and especially small things. We take one more inhale through the nose. And as we exhale, we bow down and say namaste. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you back next Friday at noon for another Friday Flow. Bye.